Welcome back to the channel, friends. We are in the book of 2 Chronicles. This is chapter 24. Let's pray. Teach us your will, Lord, that we may walk in your truth.
Joash was 7 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Zibiah of Beersheba, and Joash did what was right in the eyes of the Lord all the days of Jehoiada the priest. Jehoiada got for him 2 wives, and he had sons and daughters. After this, Joash decided to restore the house of the Lord, and he gathered the priests and the Levites and said to them, "Go out to the cities of Judah and gather from all Israel money to repair the house of your God from year to year, and see that you act quickly." But the Levites did not act quickly. So the king summoned Jehoiada the chief and said to him, "Why have you not required the Levites to bring in from Judah and Jerusalem the tax levied by Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the congregation of Israel for the tent of testimony?" For the sons of Athaliah, that wicked woman, had broken into the house of God, and had also used all the dedicated things of the house of the Lord for the Baals. So the king commanded, and they made a chest and set it outside the gate of the house of the Lord.
Are there deer on the island?
And proclamation was made throughout Judah and Jerusalem to bring in for the Lord the tax Moses, the servant of God, laid on Israel in the wilderness. And all the princes and all the people rejoiced, and brought their tax and dropped it into the chest until they had finished. And whenever the chest was brought to the king's officers by the Levites, when they saw that there was much money in it, the king's secretary and the officer of the chief priest would come and empty the chest.
That's a subspecies of raccoon, bobcat.
Place. Thus they did day after day, and collected money in abundance. And the king and Jehoiada gave it to those who had charge of the work of the house of the Lord. And they hired masons and carpenters to restore the house of the Lord, and also workers in iron and bronze to repair the house of the Lord. So those who were engaged in the work labored, and the repairing went forward in their hands, and they restored the house of God to its proper condition.
And I bet there are mountain lions in Virginia.
And when they had finished, they brought
You're just never going to see them because
of the money before
we don't
the
see
king,
them because we're just really populated.
And with it were made utensils for the house of the Lord, both for the service and for the burnt offerings, and dishes for incense, and vessels of gold and silver.
On the AT in New Jersey.
And they offered burnt offerings in the house of the Lord regularly all the days of Jehoiada. But Jehoiada grew old and full of days
there's
and
not
died.
a huge population.
He was 130 years old at his death, and they buried him in the city
there's
of
mountain
David
lions in
among
Florida.
the kings, because he had done good in Israel and toward God.
The good old
and his
Florida
house.
panther. But they're
Now,
very
after
rarely
the death
seen.
of Jehoiada, the princes of Judah came and paid homage to the king. Then the king listened to them, and they abandoned the house of the Lord, the God of their fathers, and served the Asherim and the idols.
There's a skunk ape
and wrath
in Florida.
came upon Judah and Jerusalem for this guilt of theirs. Yet he sent prophets among them to bring them back to the Lord.
The what?
These testified against them.
Oh, nice.
But they would not pay attention.
I'll keep my
Then the Spirit of
I'll
God
keep my eyes out for him when
Zechariah,
I'm
the son
on the
of
AT.
Jehoiada, the priest, and he stood above the people and said to them,
Sheep's watch.
"Thus says God, why do you break the commandments of the Lord so that you cannot prosper? Because you have forsaken
like
the
a
Lord,
jackalope.
he has forsaken you."
I don't know if
But
jackalopes
they
are real.
conspired against him, and by command
They
of the
sound
king,
mythical.
they stoned him with stones in the court of the house of the Lord.
Imagine
Thus
my
Joash
surprise when
the
I
king
lived in
did not
Montana
remember
and
the
discovered that
kindness
huckleberries are
Jehoiada,
actually
Zechariah's
real.
father,
I thought
had
they were
shown
cartoon
him, but killed his
berries.
son. And when he was dying, he said, "May the Lord see and avenge." At the end of the year, the army of the Syrians came up against Joash. They came to Judah and Jerusalem and destroyed all the princes of the people from among the people, and sent all their spoil to the king of Damascus. Though the army of the Syrians had come with few men, the Lord delivered into their hand a very great army, because Judah had forsaken the Lord, the God of their fathers. Thus they executed
Anthony
judgment on
Armadillo.
Joash. When they had
Come here,
departed
Anthony, I
from
wanna pet
him,
you.
leaving him severely
gosh.
wounded, his servants conspired against him
Gosh, you're so cute.
because of the blood of the
What you
sons
got?
of Jehoiada the priest,
Did you find something
and killed him
good?
on his bed. So he
you
died,
find
and they
something
buried him in the
tasty?
city of David,
Oh
but they did
my
not bury
gosh.
him in the tombs of the kings. Those who
back,
conspired
Anthony.
against him were Zabad the son of Shimeath the Ammonite, and Jehozabad the son of Shimrith the Moabite. Accounts of his sons, of the many oracles against him, and of the rebuilding of the house of God are written in the story of the book of the Kings. And Amaziah his son reigned in his place.
Do you want to come home with
May
me?
God bless the reading
I have a little
of
bird you
his
could be friends
word.
with. His name is Jelly Belly.